People who are dumber than you, I'm talking about like really stupid.
Was that a fart?
Are doing a lot better than your life. They're making more money, they're feeling more fulfilled, more accomplishments, all that. If you're single, people who are uglier than you, people who have no business stepping outside the house and trying to look for a mate are doing much better than you. What is the cause of all this? Is the world unfair? No. The reason some people do better than others all has to do with thinking, specifically the law of attraction. Now, before you get out of this video, right, before you rage quit and say that this guy is another law of attraction guru scammer, I was once of the same opinion. I thought this was all complete nonsense, other bullshit mumbo jumbo that people use just to sell courses. And that is true. A lot of people use this material to do with mental chemistry, mental science, to sell, watered down courses that teach the basics. But there's the other side of high level perspectives, the other side of true, like deep inquiry that's been done by a lot of mystics. And I want to share that with you today. Now, the number one person that I've been reading lately is Neville Goddard, and he gives this amazing analogy that explains why some people have amazing success and others just kind of blend with mediocrity. And he uses a book. So let's take a look at these two books here, right? So we've got the Bible here and we've got the Quran, right? Two books. And we're going to use them for a metaphor. This is Neville Goddard's metaphor. On the first level of understanding, when you look at a book, you see the material representation of the book. You see the pages, right? You see the paper, you see the color. That's the first level of understanding on the material plane. Let's take it one step higher. When you look at the book, you see, the symbols and the letters and all that type of stuff. These are sentences, these are structures, grammatical structures, and that type of thing come into this level of understanding. So that's the second level. The highest level of understanding of the book is the meaning. What does the meaning represent? So when you look at something like, let's say the Bible, that's an easy example, there's a million different interpretations of that. Some people see it as the word of God. Some people see it as a blueprint that talks about how the Anunnaki and the aliens and all that type of stuff came on Earth and genetically modified humans. Some people see it as a book of metaphors that teach you how to grow spiritually. Many different interpretations because the meaning is up for the reader. So the meaning is often the hardest thing to understand. But just as you see the book has three levels, material, the grammar, sentences, and the structure, and the meaning, so is life. Everything comes in this particular blueprint. The meaning is the most important. No author plans to write a book by first contemplating, what type of paper should I use, or what font should I use? Those authors never finish their books, they're procrastinators. You start off with the high level perspective, you start off with the idea, the meaning, which you then break down into a compelling narrative or some sort of philosophical concept, perhaps communism, perhaps capitalism, perhaps stoicism, some deeper inquiry that people can look into. So the meaning is important, and once you have the meaning, it's much easier to get everything else correct. Same with life. Your intention, your thoughts are more important than what you actually do. Perhaps the best example of this comes from the world of sales. Now you see lots of different salespeople, right? Some are hard closers. I'm talking about the Grant Cardone type.
Absolutely. Fuck the clients. Your only responsibility is to put meat on the table. Name of the game, move the money from your client's pocket into your pocket.
Typical shark, Wolf of Wall Street type sellers. Then the other types are more empathic, more quiet, more systematic, more deliberate. You can read 10 different sales books and you have 10 different strategies. You can give two different salespeople the same script. One will absolutely crush it, kill it. He'll be making all kinds of commissions and gallivanting around the world, right? Going to Egypt one day and then Paris the next day. The other one will be living paycheck to paycheck, struggling to pay his bills, but they have the same script. It's because the script is not what gets the sale. It's the thoughts, the intentions, the emotions of the salesperson. The meaning is the higher level. When you get the intention and the meaning right, everything else falls into place. The body language, falls in line, when you're confident, when you're feeling yourself. The words articulate easily out of your mouth. You don't have to think about it. It just comes out because you are aligned. It's the same thing with dating. We all know the guy, the handsome guy, super attractive, pause, genetically gifted, right? But they're always getting friend zoned. They're always getting friend zoned. But then we have someone who is perhaps lackluster, super average, but they're a magnet to women. They have that charm that we all hear about. What is the difference between the results? The difference is how one person sees themselves. One person seeing themselves as absolute Chad when they're not in the outside world, but the outer world is being forced to reflect their inner state, whereas the other person probably sees themselves as a piece of shit, and people start seeing them differently. So how you see yourself is going to affect the outside world. The meaning you have, the thoughts, the intentions will make everything else fall in line. It doesn't matter what vehicle you use. You want to build wealth. You can become a real estate mogul. You can start a tech business. You can become a YouTuber, an influencer, a politician, an engineer, whatever. It doesn't really matter what vehicle you choose. It's all about the intention, the feeling, the thoughts behind it. This is why there's such a great discrepancy between the results of people on Earth. Some people have super high IQs, all the qualifications, born in the right country, but because their thoughts are fucked up, because they're coming from a perspective of scarcity, a point of lack, fear, they never create anything of substance. Yet on the other side of the pole, you have people that are borderline, like mental retardation, but they have incredible success because they're consistent, they're persistent as a mofo, right? They get after it and they stumble into that success. Now, I'm not saying that, it's just as easy for someone who has low IQ to do well as someone with high IQ. What I'm saying is the direction of the thinking matters more than the IQ, right? It's kind of like if you have high IQ, you have everything working in your favor, but you're going the wrong direction, you're never going to reach your destination. But if you have like a little, push bike and you just keep pedaling, you will cross the country. It might take you several years, but you'll get there. So this is why certain people are doing better than you. They have mastered the mental game much better than you. Now, if you want to learn more about the mental game, check out my free ebook called Thriving, 100 pages of self-improvement, no bullshit, no filler. Just click the link down below and you will get that. Anyway, focus on the meaning and see how the world will start changing to reflect your inner state. Thanks for watching the video. I appreciate you. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel and click the bell notifications so we can see more of each other. Until next time.